One of the most profound and mysterious acts of the photographic person, and what gives him the role of main figure in this history, is his ability to choose. Is the camera picks the photography chooses. The result on every level is impacted by their decisions. First, because a subject must be chosen. Then photography does not come from the outside, but from this side, from the emotions, sensations, reflections, and needs of communication and expression of the one who makes the image. What is not apparent in discovery by the photographer who becomes a detective. The famous verse of Hansel Adams when he said, "Photographs are not taken, they are made." The dignity of a character will be resided by the photographer when he decides to take a complete shot.
Fast forward 2020, and K-pop is finally a singular force in mainstream American media, with groups winning US music awards and appearing on major talk shows, all in the span of a few years. With BTS has occurred a similar story, who became popular abroad before they became popular in South Korea. In their home country, once had been overlooked as a boy band, BTS is now topping the charts in South Korea due to their international fame, with Hit Dynamite holding the top spot on the Gaon and Melon Music chart from September through most of November. The album B has been newly released by them, currently ranked number 2 on the Gaon album chart, has sparked a steady stream of positive praise in the Korean media, albeit much of the coverage focuses on the album's success overseas in places like US, the UK, and the other countries.
Baboons. The food is usually found by big animals when they come into cities. In Cape Town, in South Africa, baboons come into the city when they are hungry. The fruit from trees into gardens are eaten by them. They even go into houses and take food from cupboards and fridges. Baboons are strong animals and they can scare people, but the city can be dangerous for baboons too. Sometimes, cars and buses kill baboons in accidents. Human food is very bad for the baboon's teeth because it has a lot of sugar. Now, there are baboons monitors working in Cape Town. Baboons in the city are found and returned to the countryside by them because it's their job.
The painting is considered one of the fine arts and is included as a subject in most of the bachelor's degrees in this discipline. Also called painting is a technique that allows to translate nature into a canvas so that it can be observed over the time. A painting is also a table, sheet, or canvas on which something has been painted, and then famous painting names. The Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. The Guernica was one of the most important works of painting and was painted by Pablo Picasso. The Scream was painted by the artist Edvard Munch and one of the most representative works of expressionism. Art plays a mediating and driving role in communication as the artist through his creation transmits not only emotions but also messages and make us reflect on our existence, social problems, or life in general.
Playing video games may also help children develop problem-solving skills. The author said playing strategic video games was reported has had more reports adolescents who play it, such as role-playing games, the more they improved in problem-solving and school grades the following year. According a long-term study published in 2013, video games have been enhancing children's creativity, including violent games, but not when the children used other forms of technology, such as a computer or cell phone. Other research revealed The authors also highlighted the possibility that video games are effective tools for learning resilience in the face of failure. In games, you have to learn to deal with the failures. The authors suggest that children build emotional resilience they can rely upon in their everyday lives.
How did cinema compete with television? A number of technical experiments were prompted by introduction of television in America designed to maintain public interest in cinema. In 1952, the cinema process was used 3 projectors and wide curved screen together by multi-track surround sound was premiered. It had a very large aspect ratio of 2.591, giving audience a greater sense of immersion and proved extremely popular. CinemaScope exquisite images of 35 millimeters film when the projector lens expanded their images to fit the screen. Total uses film with a width of 17 millimeters. In the end of the 1915, the shape of the cinema screen was changed by these innovations with aspect ratio of 8 to 35 1 or 1.1961, becoming standard stereo sound which had been experimented with in the 1940 also became part of the new widescreen experiments.